Hi, I'm Kelly Bowker. Welcome to my channel. I just got up and I'm working on doing a little editing of a meeting that I had a few weeks ago when I was on my vacation, and I was blessed to sit in a room with three wonderful women. And I want to share another piece of that meeting with you all, but I want to take a few minutes because as I'm editing it, I'm realizing that there's a real big slice of Kelly in this because we're talking about things that are very emotional. What's going on with these ladies, and one of them have received a diagnosis that's very scary, and one of them is dealing with someone outside of herself causing a lot of negative energy and stuff. And those are things we all, we all battle with and whatnot. And I drop a lot of F-bombs. And I'm also having a cocktail while we're doing this. I'm drinking a Black Russian. And I actually wanted to say that all out loud. I wanted people to realize it. And I sat with it and I thought, should I edit that stuff out? Because I could easily. But then I thought, I want to be, I want to be authentic. I want to kind of be a beacon of just normal person with faults, and but yet is it a fault? That's what I got stuck on. That's what I'm inviting all of you to think about. I have judged myself so harshly all my life for cussing. I swear, because I was the youngest of four children. I had three older brothers, and the closest one to me in age was 6 years older. And the only power that I had over my brothers was cussing. They hated it when their sweet little sister said the bad words. So of course I said them all the time to get their attention, because that's what little kids do. So I, being a Baptist, being raised very religious, I felt like I was sinning when I swore. And I have done so many things over my lifetime, so many self-judging things around swearing. I have put elastics on my wrist and snapped myself raw. I have prayed and prayed over these years of my life that I would stop swearing, because I judged it. I judged it as bad, that I was doing something bad, somehow letting God down. But you know what? I'm not. I'm not. Source doesn't care about any of that kind of thing that we get so tied up with. Gosh, I wish that I could put into a great big bowl all of the minutes of my life that I spent beating up on myself because I swear, or beating up on myself because I like to drink. My husband and I like to have cocktails. I like to drink. There you go. But my behavior when I drink, it doesn't turn me into someone that I'm not, and it never has. Now, I'm not a proponent in saying that everybody should drink, because they shouldn't if it's not good for you. But what I am saying is the judgments that we have around it are so much more detrimental to our health and detrimental to our well-being than any of the actual doing. When we have the chips and we beat up on ourselves because we shouldn't be eating chips, that is truly more harmful. The energy around it is so much more harmful than the eating of the chips. I can tell you that 100%. So I'm giving you a warning. There are a lot of F-bombs, because when I get passionate about things, I tend to cuss. And I apologize to anybody that it offends, but I'm giving you a warning so you don't have to listen. Blessings on your day. I appreciate you all being here. Check out my Tuesday meeting. Today is Tuesday. It's early in the morning. I got up at about 3:30 because I was so excited about my day. And I think I have over 50 people scheduled. I'm so thrilled. So I invite you to that. Go check it out on my website. I'll put it in the link below. Have a great day, everybody. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and blessings to you all. Bye-bye.
And God, I know Kelly is like it feels so friggin' trite to say when they say, but it's the fucking truth, it's the reality. All we have is this moment. None of us know that we have the next moment. And the power of creation, the power of creating what we want in this life is owning the frequency that we are. They gave me this incredible download about timelines. I mean, it was completely new. It was a big pixie dust treatment one day. And when it was done, I came out of it going, "Oh my God, wow." They showed me my center and this infinite, and they showed me like big silver thread lines, just infinite, literally infinite. And that those were representing timelines, and that every thought, every dream, every aspiration that we've ever thought, fantasized about, is one of those timelines. So if, when people say, I had somebody say to me, is the earth going to explode, or is the earth going to heal herself and be the beautiful thing that she should be? And the guys said, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes, because there's a timeline for the people who are resonating with the end of the fucking world. There's a timeline that is going to play itself out. They're still going to go back to pure positive energy, but they're going to have that experience. Where are we resonating in the present moment? If you are reaching out into all of the cadre of possible shit that can happen in life, and we all do it daily, we all do. What if this? What if that? What if that? What if that? I mean, we do that all the time. That keeps our energy in that 3D at the mercy of whatever comes. But if we can pull out of the 3D perspective into that 5D perspective of observation, and that maybe a little homework around 5D. I don't know how much you've delved into that. I'm only on the surface of it, but it has to do with that neutral higher self, connecting to your higher self, seeing the world through the eyes of your higher self. So it's neutral. Our God, if you want to use that word, God doesn't see the spilled tea on the floor as any worse than the rape. It doesn't see the cold worse than the cancer. There's no difference. It's all experience. It's just experience. That was hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Yeah.
But that came, and it, I believe 100%. And I don't think my guides aren't the only guides that are saying that it's all just experience. It's all equal. And so if it's all equal, then don't put the judgment
Right.
of it being this great big thing. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. Now that's asking a fucking lot and it's easy to say when you're not sitting with a cancer diagnosis. So I completely, Kelly gets it. But I know the power of what they are trying to teach. They are showing us the way to create what we really and truly want. And for me, I had a lot of my life where I understood the law of attraction, probably when all of you guys saw the movie The Secret, found the Abraham Hicks stuff, all that kind of stuff. And it took me to a place, but there was a place where I couldn't get any farther because I would I would think, like if I were sick, I would think, well, I can see myself getting well, unless it's for the highest good that I be sick and die of cancer. That would be my caveat. It would be like this little caveat. Is this, if this is God's will, then I. But that is the fucking programming of our religious upbringing. It is not the truth. God doesn't need us to die and be sick or be sick and die. It's up to us to create what it is that we want to create. And so it's clear. So on the whole law of attraction thing, I was on the phone with a friend, and she was talking about the end of the world. And I started to get this physical manifestation in my body where I thought I was like getting ready to have a panic attack. And so I hung up with her, and I'm like, what? And I'm in my, because I mean, weird crap happens to me all the time. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And this energy just came through my body, and I stood up and I fell down on, thank God my couch was right there, and my feet were on the floor, and my body's on the couch, and I'm flapping like a carp on the, or a fish on the shore. I'm trembling all over. And this big friggin' download came, and it was the beginning of that understanding about the timelines. And they said, she gets to have her experience. You, because I'm like, how can I have the rainbows and unicorns if she is preparing for Armageddon and we love each other and we're friends? How does that happen? And they said, because you're going to have your timeline with the rainbows and the unicorns, and you're going to have a version of her in your life, but she is going to have her Armageddon, and she'll probably be feeding you and taking care of you because she loves you over here. That is the way that it works. And Alex asked, he said, so is that whole, multiverse, the multiverse thing? It's a hard thing for humans to wrap your minds around. So there's every single timeline, honey. Every single timeline with every scenario you can picture of the road that's ahead of you. Every single one of them. It doesn't matter what you choose to do for treatment. It matters how you choose to fix your energy and what you line up with.
Right.
That is exactly the truth of it. And I mean, it's an incredible thing. And I have said more than once, I have no way to prove this, but I'm not the only channel that's saying it. Bashar is saying the same thing. Cryon is saying the same thing. The message that non-physical is bringing into our world right now is, it is basically taking the law of attraction and leveling it up, because everybody got to that same place like I did. How can I be having a party on Saturday, pray for this, create the sunny day, because my head would go, well, what if the farmers need rain? See that good Christian girl, what if the farmers need rain, but I want the sunny day? Well, guess what? The farmer gets to have his rain and you get to have your sunny day.
That's a nice way to look at that.
It is incredibly
Freeing.
freeing. It is.
So you're not obligated to ensure everyone else is good before you get to have your vision of what's good.
Hell of fucking low, that's right. Yep, I hear you exactly. The other thing about the law of attraction that we've been taught up to this point is that we cannot create for someone else, right? That we can only create for ourselves. We can create for someone else because this is my timeline and you're on my timeline. That means I get to have my version of you. Okay? So this is what I want to talk about. Michael had back surgery. 2 right in a row, one winter after another. Boom. We were living good. I was making about $33,000 a year as a teacher, and he was making big money doing construction. The second surgery, the woman said to him, the surgeon said, if you do not stop what you're doing, you're going to be in a wheelchair. Michael could not begin to wrap his mind around being a foreman, which is how we're living now. He is that. He just couldn't, and he just went, I have to get done. So from one day to the next, our bills were all where that level of money was. We went from that to my $30,000 a year. And he stepped away. He controlled a lot of the money. I'm not in a negative way, but he did a lot of that stuff. He couldn't do it. It was too stressful for him, besides the fact that he was in excruciating pain. I was in my 40s dressing my husband's feet. And I just wouldn't see him sick. I remember I found the law of attraction, And I just remember thinking, this is not my fucking life. I'm not going to live poor and sick with this man who is miserable and hates everything breathing because he is so sick and so in pain and feels like nothing because his whole everything is about his manliness and his ability to make money and all of that. You know, man, it's pretty typical. And I mean, he was reduced to this nothing. And I just wouldn't see it. I just wouldn't see it. And we came through it. And I never understood, because he was so negative and he was so grumpy, how did he create his way out of that illness? And then through my journey, now I know I created our way out of that
Wow,
fucking journey.
So freaking cool.
The only thing that I could play with the law of attraction is that I said, because my Michael worries us safe. His job is, if I worry hard enough, Kelly's going to be okay. But if I let up on my worry, something bad's going to happen. And so I'd play games in my head, and I said, so the main energy of that is that he's doing what he needs to do, so the good thing's going to happen. That's how I tried to, but it isn't. I had the vision of us abundant. I had the vision of us happy and healthy and thriving and active and blah, blah, blah. And I just wouldn't entertain the idea of anything else. I kept living.
That's pretty cool.
I kept living. I kept dressing his feet. I kept doing the thing. But so it's see him as you want him to be. There's the sandbox. What does it look like in the sandbox when he's the man exactly the way you want him to be? What does that look like? And you might not want to get too specific, because then the what isness comes in. So just kind of skim across it and go ride one of my unicorns. I have beautiful unicorns with wings that we can fly around with. So you can just, and that, you cannot, just for fun. We walk through the door of the barn. Just go with me. We're walking into the barn, and over here to this side, you can see this beautiful, beautiful white unicorn head just out of a stall. Big horn, beautiful shimmery, shimmery hair that's all just energy and stars and magic. Just so beautiful. And you walk over, and it's just pure snow, and you can see that muscle on the side of her cheek, and you reach up and you touch that muscle, and her face is warm, and she nudges you with her nose, and her big old horny unicorny thing is sticking out there, and you think, holy cow, I got a unicorn. This is my fucking unicorn. It is my unicorn. Do you feel that? Do you feel that lift? That's the object of the game.
To get into that feeling.
Bring that lift. Bring that
Time,
lift.
chop wood, carry water, as Alice would say, but don't let his energy be
In the only thing you have to work on is this moment. Don't reach into tomorrow's moments. Don't reach into yesterday's moments. This moment. What can I do in this moment that can make me feel the magic? What can I do in this moment? In my second book, they gave me that whole thing about the night before Christmas in the Sears and Roebuck catalog. That little kid with the Sears catalog, going through, circling everything, turning down. We didn't know Santa had a budget. We didn't. Anything could be under that tree, and we'd circle and we'd think, what's coming? What could be? Might be this. It could be that. It could be that. That's the energy to cultivate. That's the energy of wellness. It could just disappear. What would it feel like to go and be like, holy shit, it's all clear, it's gone. You're going to these healers that are connected to the universe. They could absolutely, completely take it all away. Play with the energy of that. What would that feel like? How is it going to feel when you call Fred and say, Fred, it fucking worked. Holy shit. And she's going to be like, are you kidding me? And then you're both going to call me, and we're going to be like, damn, can you imagine that? And it's like, why can't that happen? It happens for people every day. It can happen. Sit in that energy, play in that energy. And if you can't get because sometimes taking the real thing, like the husband and seeing it triggers you into, but he never did that, you know. So then just jump into my unicorns. Go to the
I love
unicorns.
that.
The-
That-
Stay out of that same box and get into your own.
Yeah, cause then you don't argue for your limitations.
Exactly.
It's like, I can't do this because the linear can't do it.
Mhm.
But you're in that, like you're saying, Kelly, the Christmas, you know, putting the ornaments on the tree of, and the presents, you're not gonna open up a present, and get a pile of shit, are you?
Right.
You're gonna get good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the anticipation, and also don't limit the universe. That's another lesson my guides have given me. Don't limit them. So one branch of the law of attraction was get specific. Get specific. Think of the house that you want, the color you'd paint it, the front doors this, the that, blah, blah, blah. And that was very useful for a lot of people. That's specificity. Is that the right word?
Yep.
Go me. And it was helpful for people, but it never was helpful for me because I didn't have wants. I didn't have wants. Now I know. It's like my whole life right now. The spiritual path, Michael and I being on the verge of retirement, or I've retired, but him being on the verge, all of this stuff. I don't think, oh, I want this and I want that. No, it's like, no, I'm just open. What's coming? Oh my gosh, I'm just open.
I just wanna feel good.
What could happen? Yeah,
Be
what could happen?
joyous.
That's right. What could happen? And the energy of the what, if I'm not putting any kind of limitations on the magnificence that is the universal creative force that loves me perfectly, if I'm not doing anything to limit that, what could come?